Good morning, my friends, and welcome to Morning Messages of Hope and Inspiration. My name is Jen McBride, and I am so excited to share some of the results from not eating sugar for 6 months. 6 months. Now, I think we know the obvious, right? Like, obviously, not eating refined sugars, decreasing my carbohydrates, increasing protein, increasing fat, following what some people refer to as a keto diet. Um, my diet for the first 3 months, I didn't eat any fruit, just a little bit of vegetables, mostly meat and cheese. I have been eating a little fruit here and there. It's been summer and hot in the Central California Valley. So I have increased and eaten a little bit of fruit with some like cottage cheese and things, but mostly very high protein, fat, and really limiting the carbohydrates and no sugar. No sugar for 6 months. First of all, like this is sort of miraculous. Miraculous that I haven't had sugar in 6 months. I shudder to think what would have happened. Where would I be right now had I not made that decision? I am so grateful for Dr. Ben Bickman and Why We Get Sick, for my husband's encouragement, for my doctor's encouragement, and for my ability and my choice to plead to God for some help to overcome my addiction to sugar. I don't want to say I used it as a relief cycle, that when things got stressed or I was upset or, or even celebrating, that I used sugar, but I think I did. I'm pretty sure sugar was my drug of choice. Some people drink, some people are addicted to pornography, some people, whatever. I would use sugar. When you got home from school and you had a bad day, mom gave you cookies and milk. Here, you were good at the doctors, I'll give you a treat. So I think sometimes in our society, we give people treats, and we tend to think we need treats more than we need Jesus, more than we need God, more than we need prayer, more than we need help. And I would say that that was probably my drug of choice, and one of the things I chose to, when I was stressed, to eat and eat sugary treats. So for the last 6 months, I haven't had sugar, and I am so proud of myself, and I'm so grateful to God for his help, because I could not have done this, and I can't emphasize that enough, that I know I wasn't alone in this journey these last 6 months, and I'm so grateful. I've been around it. I teach young adults and youth. I am around treats. My husband still has treats here and there, not as much anymore because I'm not having them, but I have been around it and not even that tempted. When I say not even, I'm just not. I just don't have that desire to have sugar because I'm feeling so good. So good. So the obvious on decreasing and not eating sugar is, of course, there's going to be some fat and weight loss. So in the last 6 months, I've lost over 30 pounds. I started at about over 213, and today I was about 181, 182 pounds. So in 6 months, over 30 pounds. Lost so many inches on my waist. This weekend, I wore a size 10 skirt. The 10 was a little tight, but I'd say now I'm closer to a size 12. I have not been a size 12 in over 5 years. Probably about 5 years ago, I was about a size 12. So this is the lowest my weight has been in almost 10 years. Almost 10 years. My 40s were difficult. I started having thyroid issues. I would gain weight even when I was sick. I would throw up for several days, not eat anything, and I could gain weight. That is a talent, let me tell you. I'm like, what is wrong with me? All the typical symptoms of insulin resistance that I just didn't know was going on, because most of my life I could exercise and eat anything I wanted, and I was pretty healthy. And I don't even think, maybe I got up around 170-ish, but most of my life, my adult life, 20s to 30s, I was around 150, 160 pounds, and size, 8 to 12, pretty much most of my adult life. There were a couple times I got a little bit above, but could switch around, just exercise a little more or watch what I was eating. and could decrease pretty easy. I was a PE teacher. I taught how to lose weight, but for some reason in my 40s, which we now understand is insulin resistance, I just started having a lot more health issues and was having a very difficult time losing weight. About 10 years ago, it just started jumping around 2015, 2016, 2017. It just kept going up, and I'm like, what is going on? And then 4 years ago, I had 2 surgeries in the fall of 2020, and I couldn't exercise and I couldn't do things like I used to. And the weight went from like 205 up to almost 230 pounds. So realistically, in the last 4 years, I have lost over 50 pounds. Over 50 pounds. That's exciting. That's exciting. I just really look and feel more like me. It's easier to hike. It's easier to walk. It's easier to do exercise. I have so much more energy. I can work in hot spaces a lot better than I could when I was at a higher weight. That was miserable. Working if the AC was out or temperatures, I would have heat exhaustion. I think once again, the insulin resistance and increased heat. The inches have just come down, coming off. Even though the last 3 months, I've only lost like a little over 10 more pounds, the inches are still continuing to come off. And during those last 3 months, I moved and started a new career or a new position in my where I work, and I've been working tons and traveling. And I love that I haven't gained weight and I'm continuing to lose weight and lose inches, even without as regimented, I would say. Like, it's hot, so I've added a little fruit here and there. The fruit in the Central Valley is so good, and it tastes so sweet. Like, it tastes amazing. Having saying that, I might be decreasing how much fruit I'm having just to go back to a little more meat and cheese and see how that affects us, especially as we enter into the fall. So I've lost over 30 pounds, over 50 pounds in the last few years, eating less carbs and really attacking that insulin resistance and becoming more insulin sensitive and my body's now using fat as energy. I literally thought I would die not eating carbs. I thought I would die. I'm not even kidding. I taught for years that you have to eat carbohydrates, so I thought I would die. I didn't die. All my numbers, everything's doing much better, and I'm sleeping better. I'm happier. My blood sugar levels are just more even keel, so I just don't have those crashes. But the best thing that I didn't realize, I didn't know, the decreased brain fog, the ability to think clearer, and make better decisions. And I wouldn't say I was that bad at it, but the brain fog and just feeling icky and not having energy. And so I wouldn't make as good of decisions. And now I can make better decisions. And part of thinking clear is being able to hear and receive inspiration from God, being able to experience His love more abundantly in my life, to be able to see others and be more patient. I didn't think that would be so powerful, and I'm just really grateful. I'm grateful that I'm turning more to God instead of food for help and assurance and strength, and I'm grateful for choosing that experiment. So one of the things I'm going to do over the next week or two is just sort of revise my plan and what am I going to experiment over the next month or two and see what happens. I'm turning 51 in a couple months, 6 weeks-ish. So maybe I'll just do something to see what happens in that experiment. But I just want to challenge you. What is one change you can make that can increase your ability to think clearly and hear the voice of God? What's one simple thing? I would have never thought decreasing sugar would have helped me. I think so many times we're fearful about making changes, but it's okay to experiment. It's okay to try things. And it's okay to seek counsel from God about what's one thing that can really benefit our life in the next 6 months. I'm so grateful. I can hike. I feel and look more like me. I have more energy. I am just happier overall. And all I did was choose to decrease sugar. Taking care of this beautiful body God has given me. God has given all of us bodies to be able to fulfill our unique purposes. And I am so grateful for that inspiration and the idea to experiment and decrease on the sugar. I'm so grateful. And I know this journey has been hard and the process hasn't been easy. I was very frustrated at times. I was very sick. I struggled, and I'm grateful for this journey, and I pray for God's strength to continue and to know how to experiment and see what happens. But the results have been amazing to me, and I'm just really, really grateful. Thank you for joining me in Morning Messages of Hope and Inspiration, and I hope that my journey can give you encouragement to make changes in your life that can bring you greater happiness and peace, and to hear the voice of the Lord and to experience His love more abundantly. Have a wonderful day. Love you.